Yo, I'm Carla.
I'm Narika.
And this is
The Bench. How's it going, fam?
Easy.
Long time no see. What's been happening?
So last week we shot an episode.
I normally see you like every day. You know that.
Now you're realizing what's life like without me. Hope
Actually,
you enjoy
great.
it. Sure.
You also don't look after yourself. You don't have a haircut. Beard's looking all over.
I miss my barber.
What is going on in your life?
Sid. Shout out Sid. Actually, he does a lot for me in life.
Sid actually doesn't even remember you now.
Damn. But yeah, I'll be fine. How you been?
I was actually down bad.
Yeah, I called you the other day. You were like,
I haven't left in like a week.
You're sounding like the Undertaker challenging somebody to a WrestleMania match. You know that one match?
Did you watch WrestleMania?
Not yet. Please do not spoil it.
Do you know what I mean? To tell you what happened in WrestleMania.
I will leave and we will not finish this episode.
I actually wanted to go into social
We will not finish this episode. I promise you now.
I actually wanted to go into social media and just
We're
start
not
tweeting
proceeding
results.
with the conversation.
Just so that it could be on the top of your timeline.
No, see, this is...
How do you not watch WrestleMania?
Yeah, even though now it's like showed live on Super
Even
Sport,
I saw it and I changed the channel.
I watched night one. So, spoilers if you haven't watched it.
So you're going to spoil it for other people, but we can't spoil it for you.
You know what? I think I'm the only person who watches wrestling that I know. Like religiously, like how I watch it. I don't think I've met somebody who watches. But I was speaking to one of my mates and they said that even though they don't watch wrestling anymore, they still watch WrestleMania.
One, I hate that we're speaking about wrestling. And two, there is a Proteas player who always posts about wrestling.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they were a wrestler or is becoming a wrestler. Because now, like, they're moving into, like, training college athletes and, like, proper athletes and stuff. I mean, our cricket players really athletes. That's a conversation for another day.
Yes, they are.
But like, you know, wrestling is such a big part of pop culture.
Colin could have a podcast on his own. We just speak about wrestling.
I mean, look at guys. We rap music, movies, The Rock, John Cena. Every single day, there's something in wrestling.
And you know, in the hood, there's always someone with the nickname John Cena.
Every white guy is Brock Lesnar. Come on, we all know Sheamus or Brock Lesnar. We used to play ball, and then they used to call the one white guy in our starting level like mock Brock Lesnar. Like you knew, like they didn't know his name, but we knew who they were talking about. So
it doesn't look like Brock Lesnar.
Even now, I think it was the States the women's college final.
Yeah.
She hit the goal with the. Where's that from? Wrestling.
Okay, I'm just gonna swiftly move past wrestling. There's been a lot of cricket, right? So we played the West Indies. Someone tried to get me to go to Pink Day to watch the Proteas play the Netherlands. I was like, ain't no way I'm gonna go watch the Netherlands.
No, but it's Pink Day. You have to go. And you're a woman.
It was Netherlands.
Yeah, but you're a woman.
So what does that have to do
with Pink Day is for a woman.
Pink Day is for breast cancer awareness.
And inadvertently, that's for
but females. You know men could also get breast cancer.
Yeah, very rare though. But I mean, like it's whole
just breast cancer awareness.
Yeah, the whole conception. But anyway, fine then.
I'm still trying to look at that rankings to know if we automatically qualified for the ODI World Cup or not. It's in India.
I don't know how it works.
And my money is not long enough to take me to India as well. But it would be sick to be at a World Cup in India. Yeah,
but now because, we're moving away from the dollar, right?
Who's moving away from the dollar?
BRICS, Brazil, China, Russia, India, and now we're moving away from the dollar and we're making our own currency.
Guys, I told you, money is fake. Money is literally fake. Someone could literally go, all this debt, zero.
Yeah.
You don't, because it's fake. It's so fake.
Yeah, BRICS moving mad.
I can't believe we are indebted to this fake concept of money. It makes no sense to me. But yeah, the ODIs, I don't know if South Africa have qualified or not. I'm hoping we have, but then might just be setting ourselves up for failure.
If you could trade an item other than like currency, what would it be? Like if you had to switch,
like bartering.
Yeah, like what would you make it? Like we're not dealing with this paper anymore. This is the new currency.
No, but you're just swapping like for like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not the same thing. Whereas like if you're bartering, you go, okay, cool.
Value for value.
Yeah. I want to make chocolate brownies. I don't have chocolate.
Yeah.
You have chocolate, and like you want to make a table and you don't have a drill.
Yeah, no, I hear.
Then I go, okay, cool, here, swap. Then I get what I want and you get what you want. Now we just money.
We stop in the object. We like the literal object. Yeah.
Someone's out there going, money, you in debt. This country owes 10 million trillion US dollars.
Yeah.
Why?
That's not how it works, but I hear you.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's such a ridiculous thing. Anyway, I don't know if the Proteas have qualified, but a team that has qualified from South Africa, other than Banyana, who are going to the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup in New Zealand, Australia, I'm still trying to get there. We're still trying to get there, but me more so, because my money's not long, but Colin's is shorter than mine.
Damn.
So, definitely another team. Do you know where we could actually go to together, though?
Where?
AFCON 2023, 2024. Cote d'Ivoire. We're going to be there. Because we, as a nation, qualified. Do you know what's crazy about that game? They played on the AstroTurf.
They did, but I mean, a lot of countries in AFCON qualifiers play on the AstroTurf. I mean, given the circumstances and environment, blah, 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 it's easier to maintain, right? Shout out to them actually having proper turfs to play on. So,
when was the last time we went to an AFCON?
2019.
Do you remember it?
Yes. Temikosi Lodge. Silence. And Sfiso Shlanti. Silence most on that day. I remember it.
I think we actually started crying.
It was crazy. It was one of the best games.
We made our parents' lounge shake.
Yeah. It was actually like I remember that day so vividly. It was one of the best.
That was crazy, actually, when I think about it.
Yeah, like
we were for no reason too loud, kind of thing. And then Temunkosi Lodge got that song.
Yes, he did.
And then we went into lockdown and we were grooving to that song in lockdown. Okay,
that's crazy.
The timelines make sense. But we are going to Cote d'Ivoire 2023 after 2020. I don't know why they don't just rename it to 2024.
I think branding.
Marketing.
Yeah.
The money spent. We are going to be there in the Ivory Coast. The team that played Liberia, they beat them. Different starting lineup.
Yeah, Bruce actually, he had words by the sounds of it with players and like didn't take too lightly to the comments made by like fans and like panelists and whatnot. He was like, I'm Ric Flair. I do what I want. Woo.
Way too many wrestling references for this episode. Do you think we're going to win AFCON?
No. Sad to say, but no. I think we may have like an outside dark horse kind of chance because Bafana are just that team. I don't know why, but like go back to 2019, nobody picked us as favorites against Egypt to win that game, and we won it, so...
So you saying if we don't credit this team, they will go...
No, not that. I think...
Give us results.
I think realistically, we're not going to win because of the quality.
Who would win, though?
I mean, you have the Senegals, Cote d'Ivoire themselves, Egypt are still a powerhouse. Morocco went to the semi-finals of a World Cup.
Actually, that Moroccan team is...
There's a lot... Algeria
in their golden era.
Right? There's still teams who are in the golden era with players who are arguably way better than our players and have been in a system with one coach for a longer time, and have built that culture where I feel like
we're still in the beginning stages.
Hugo Bruce has tried to build a culture with the whole nation not backing him.
I think he just needs Safa to back him, honestly.
I actually, like, more often than not, you hear fans and stuff backing him, but like at this point, it's literally just the footballing body in our own country who aren't backing him with decisions or...
I don't want to speak too loudly about the footballing body because I want them to fund the trip to New Zealand.
I speak my mind.
If their money's long, because mine isn't that long. But Bafana are going to the next AFCON. We got some boys. For a second, people doubted, but I didn't because I'm a delusional fan. And I knew we were always going to get through. It was a tough group. We're in a group with Morocco.
We were in a group of 3 teams because one didn't play and we should have won. So we ended up getting through.
Winning is winning.
Yeah.
A W is a W. No matter how you get that dub. I was going to try to think of a better analogy and I couldn't. The medication I'm on has got me moving in different directions. Anyway, let's talk about the DSTV Prem. Do we even still speak about it because there's now a champion?
Yeah, it's mad that they've crowned a champion with 7 games to go. Well,
I think that's like history.
It is history. I think it's the record time that a team has claimed victory. Shout out Sundowns.
Yeah, shout out Sundowns. Honestly, I think they could have awarded it to Sundowns earlier.
They really could have. I mean, it was inevitable. I mean, what is this? 5, 6 in a row? No, it's
I think I'm gonna get a Sundowns jersey.
moving mad. I think everybody should get a Sundowns.
I have
jersey
to,
at this
like,
point.
for the culture.
Like it's their league and then everyone else.
It's literally for the culture. So now we're just gonna speak about the best of the rest.
Like, do you even watch PSL? No, we watch Sundowns and then
Sundowns move crazy.
It's crazy. I mean, I think it's a long time coming. If you look at the league trophies they've won, you go back 97, 98. I think they won like 1 or 2 in early 2000s, and then they won.
It's like a steady progression.
Yeah, there's like a period where
with Coach Pitso as well.
They were the club, right? And they had like great players, and then the Motsepe era kind of happened, and then money was really pumped into South African football in that club.
Yeah.
And you could see like the progression of facilities and branding and players and everything. Like, you know, that happened. Yeah, like a mindset and a culture has finally culminated into what the club has become, you know. So I think it reached its peak with Coach Peter. They hired the right coach. They ended up right players.
Right place, right time.
Like everything just so happened where Kaiser Chiefs fumbled the bag on the last day of the season and the Sundown era like begins almost, you know. Not really, because I think they were the holders the season before.
I think Sundowns have been a long-term investment.
Yeah, like it's been a long-term investment that's
and
proved.
now you're here. Now if you've been a Sundowns supporter, you're in the racks.
Because I mean, growing up, we grew up in the Pirates and Chiefs era, arguably. Like, I mean, it was always their league, but like it was always Pirates, Chiefs, Sundowns were always a good team, but like they just
SuperSport also a good team.
Yeah, they were just missing that thing, you know. Like they were always known as that rich club that underachieved. Whereas now they're known as the richest club, arguably in Africa, that's overachieving, if anything. Like,
well, they stopped doing the CAF Champions League.
Yeah, but I mean, like
Coach Rolani.
They arguably always there every season and always competing. It's not like they.
But I think as a club in totality, because their women's team is also like doing bits.
Yeah.
On a side note, though, I looked at that Hollywood's Super League log. UWC is actually ahead of Sundowns on the log.
Yeah, shout out them.
Which is crazy. There's a lot of Banyana players that actually came through that UWC system. But yeah, shout out to UWC and just the women's league that's been going on. They didn't have an international break. So we're just going to talk about the best of the rest.
Yeah.
Who's coming in second, right? Pirates beat Richards Bay 2-0. Richards Bay are kind of like, they started off really well.
Now they're faltering.
They're kind of faltering, aiming to finish in the top 8. But Pirates move into second level with SuperSport.
Crazy. I mean, SuperSport, Uncle Gav, like, I think ever since that blow up he had in the press conference and like a couple bad performances, it's just been going down slowly but surely, you know. So
it could just be end of season fatigue.
Fatigue. They don't really have a big squad.
Not yet,
you know,
at least.
Like a lot of things probably didn't go their way. They are overachieving. He said it himself.
Yeah.
But I mean, I still think there's one last push in them
to
get that second place back. But shout out Pirates, you know. Rivero's doing his thing. They playing ball. Nobody expected him to finish second. Saleng scoring insane. He's reaching double digits.
I don't know if he's player of the year, and I think that's not tainted because I saw his Bafana performance.
No, I think he's player of the year. Regardless of Bafana performance, because now we're talking DSTV player of the year, not South African footballer of the year. We're talking about in the league, has your performances reached a certain stage? And they have. So
you're saying Saleng.
It's from undesirable to undeniable, and that's what he is now.
Bars.
That's Cody Rhodes, by the way.
Don't know who that is.
Wrestling again. But anyway, that is Saleng. I think he deserves it. I don't think anybody else really reached his level of performance in the league. I mean, we had Peter Shalulile who was underperforming.
Yeah, but he was also injured.
Injured and
Came
stuff.
Back.
There was Cassius Malulu who was young player of the year. You don't expect much from him. Clearly, the narrative leads towards him being young player of the year, you know. But Ikram Reynolds was playing well for Stellenbosch. Like, there's a number of players who played well, but like I think Saleng has been that guy.
Impact player.
Yeah.
Impact player. Talking about SuperSport dropped 2 points. So they drew to Chipa 1-1. And I think anything that's not a win is you dropping points.
Yeah.
But Coach Gav did say they were overachieving, so is it
Yeah.
really dropping points?
No, it's dropping points because, I mean, you were steady second throughout the entire season.
Mhm.
Then now it's like, why all of a sudden they got knocked out the Nedbank Cup? They got knocked out the Nedbank Cup.
Mhm.
They're dropping out of second position. Now they're third. And, like, do you really want to be in this position or, like, cap your season off with bad performances? You wouldn't. So hopefully they can make this race for second exciting.
It is like the most exciting part. Between the race for second, so these are the narratives now because we've already crowned the winner of the DSTV Premiership, Sundowns. Like, by the end of the season, we're going to forget it because they went into first spot and they haven't moved. It's like not squatters. They bought the house and they just not going to. I can't think of a good analogy about how Sundowns just are immovable. An immovable object.
It reminds me of when Triple H won the WWE Championship in 2006. They called it the Reign of Terror, right? He literally won it and he had the big gold belt and nobody could pin him for the championship. That's the best analogy that you could give for it.
The Sundowns is Triple H in some WrestleMania thing.
Or like John Cena, how John Cena never lost. Same thing. That is Sundowns. They literally face of the company.
Okay, I'm just gonna
head of the table.
Move on. That's the one narrative. The second one is this second place. Who's gonna get it? SuperSport Pirates.
Yeah.
The third narrative in the DSTV Prem is what's going on at Chiefs. Wow. And where will Chiefs end up?
Like, are they good? Are they bad? Then you got top 8.
And then the relegation.
Relegation.
Yeah. So Swallows beat Amazulu and they've moved themselves out of relegation, so they could potentially be in the safe zone. Chiefs beat Stellenbosch 2-1. Your boy scored.
King Dolly.
Yeah.
Shout out to
when last have you seen
and Ashley Dupree. What great players. But I mean, shout out
both of them are great players.
I mean that result over there.
Actually scoring against his old team.
Yeah, that result was insane. I think it was the first time they won 4 or 5 in a row since firing Steve Kombilla like in 2019 or 2017, something like that. So everybody wanted Ottoswane out, but now he is tied on points with second and third in Pirates and SuperSport. So
but now do Chiefs believe in the next 7 games they might end up second on the log?
It's very doable.
I can believe Pirates and SuperSport.
Yeah.
I can't believe Chiefs.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I also got a shock when I saw the log, and I was like, I don't believe that they're actually tied on points. So now that they are, it's like, does all the noise about Ottoswane die off? For what he's achieving and the momentum, the last push. Are they the ones now who have that momentum going into WrestleMania?
Mind games.
My goodness. I mean, the end of the season. So it's the same narrative. It's the same
narrative.
Life imitating art. That's what it is.
It really is not the same narrative. I'm in this group chat, right? And I think a Pirate supporter sent screenshots of Kaizer Chiefs last 4 games and how in every game, the other team, there was a red card or a red card question or a penalty or something that just wasn't right. Wasn't right. You know, if we had to VAR these calls, not great calls. And now the chat is that is the reason why Chiefs are in the position they are. Come on, guys. Sometimes if you burn the sage and you speak to Ndlozis really well, they come through for you. And it's gonna be insane. I think it's not really a comeback, but if Chiefs end up second,
that's
ahead of SuperSport,
surprise,
who also maintain some consistency in that top 2 and Pirates, that is insane.
Surprise of the season for sure.
That's definitely a surprise of the season. There's so much football going on. Yes, the champions have been crowned, but as we said, who's going to end up second? Who's going to end up in a relegation battle? Drop a comment. Let us know how excited are you about Bafana qualifying for African Cup of Nations 2023. And let us know, who do you think is going to finish second? SuperSport, Kaizer Chiefs, Pirates. And have you also watched WrestleMania?
Not me, unfortunately.
If you have watched WrestleMania, because I know by the time this video is out, Colin wouldn't have watched day night 2, whatever it is. tell us what happens in the comments, because he's going to get a notification and he's going to see you ruin WrestleMania for him. So drop the comments and let us know what happens in WrestleMania, but also your thoughts on football. We are The Bench. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It's all love. Until next time.